Hey, what's going on? And on today's episode, I'm going to give you 5 things that you need to determine before starting Turo. And stick around until the end for a bonus. A lot of people have been hitting me up asking me about Turo. Is it lucrative? Should they get into it? And the first thing I start by asking them is, what's your reason? I ask people this question because you need to determine why you're getting into Turo. Are you trying to pay off your car? Are you trying to make extra cash? Are you trying to grow a Turo fleet? Whatever it is, you need to know why you're getting into Turo before doing anything. Because if your why is funny, it's going to be that much harder to obtain your goal. So start with figuring out, why am I getting into Turo? For me, my reason was I wanted to start a car rental fleet. I used to work for a company. They treated me like crap. So I was like, you know what? I'm going to become your biggest competition. I'm not there yet, but at least I got my foot in the door. So I'm gaining a lot of experience and knowledge for when I am ready to launch, to go against them. I'm going to be their biggest competitor. So that's my reasoning for starting Turo. I like the income. I like driving different cars. So I said, you know what? This is something for me to do. Also, my other reason was I wanted to own my dream car. And in order for me to own my dream car, I would have to fork out a lot of money for financing, which I didn't have at the time. So I was like, how can I get my dream car without having to pay that high monthly bill? And Turo popped up and I was like, oh, this is amazing. I can use this platform to make my car payments and pay for my insurance and not have to worry about anything. The only thing I really have to cover is gas in between the times that it's not being rented. So it was a no-brainer for me. I was like, all right, let me start Turo. The next thing you want to figure out is your availability. Your availability is very crucial, because if you're not able to rent out your car or figure out a strategy on how to get people your car when you're unavailable, it's going to be very hard for you to make money. So you need to figure out, how much time can I put into this business? And not just the cleaning time. I mean, like the pickup and the drop-offs, whatever it may be. Or if somebody breaks down, like, when are you going to be able to service those people when the time comes for the Turo platform? So when I started out, I literally said, I want to maximize my car to the fullest. It's available at any time, any day of the week. Hit me up on the app, car's good to go. I learned very fast that's not doable. I had somebody try to rent the car 3 in the morning. They were messaging me. I was like, what in the world is going on here? They're like, yeah, I'm here to pick up the car. They're like, yeah, I'm here to pick up the car. I don't see it. And I was like, what? I was like, bro, I'm sleeping. Like, who books a car at like 3 in the morning? Like, it's crazy. So after that, I learned my lesson. I set my times for when people can the earliest people can pick up and the latest that they can drop off. And I do 7 days a week because that fits for me, because I'm trying to maximize the car to its fullest potential. Another thing is, I did really early in the morning for quite some time, and then I was like, you know what? I love my sleep, so let me set my time a bit later for when I have to wake up and I don't have to set an alarm. Same thing with like Sundays. I used to do until 8, 9 o'clock, but then it got really late for me and I didn't want to leave my house. So I said, you know what? I put my cutoff time to about 7 p.m., which was fine for me to do. And now I haven't had any issues with my time slot. There's also a loophole that I found out very fast with guests, where they can override the times that you have chosen for pickup and drop off. So if they have booked a trip and now the trip, they want to extend it past your hours, the app will automatically allow them to put that request in, and then it's up to you whether you accept it or you decline it. So just keep that in mind as well. The next thing to consider is location, location, location. Your location is very important, because this is where people are going to either pick up and drop off your car, or based on where you are, how far you're going to go to drop off your car for guests, or how far you have to go to bring your car to the spot that you say your car is available for rent. So if you live in the city, like downtown core, it's perfect for you, because a lot of people downtown don't drive and they're always looking for rentals. So it'll be very easy for you to rent your car. If you live in the suburbs near a train station, airport, or a mall, those are also good locations because it's easy for people to pick up. There's always people flying in and out of the airports. Same thing with the train stations. People come. Did I mention train stations? I don't even remember. Wait, did I? Shoot, I don't remember. Your location is very important as well. So if you live in the suburbs, if you're near the airport or a bus terminal, train station, or the mall, those are also good places as well for you to rent your car. It's easy for people to get there, and it'll be easy for you to drop off or have your car sitting there ready to be rented. For me, I'm close to the airport, so I get a lot of volume from the airport. I did have downtown as a location as well, but the commute to get downtown and back was too much, so I had to take off downtown. But if you are downtown, downtown is an amazing spot to rent your cars. Now, if you live in the boonies, it's going to be very hard for you to rent your car. There's not going to be a lot of people to rent your car. Most people have a car out there. So if you're not in a location, if you're not in a high traffic area, people looking to rent cars, it's going to be very hard for you to make money. So that's also something that you need to consider. If you want to get over that, if you have somebody that you know lives in a city, you can work out a partnership with them where they say, hey, rent my car for me, like what I do, and we can split the profits with each other. Or you work out whatever you want to work, or you work out whatever numbers with that person. So that's also an alternative if you live outside of the city or in an area that nobody really rents. The next thing is the price per day for your vehicle. The price per day, you want to know how much your car is going to be making. Say you drive a 2016 BMW and your reason for getting on Turo is to cover your monthly costs and your insurance. You want to know how much revenue or how much per day that's going to be generating for you. So if the car is bringing in, say you can rent your car for $100 a day, less Turo fees, and you're bringing in about $70, and $70 times 10 brings you $700, and that covers your payments, then that's good for you. But now if you're getting, now on the flip side, if you're in an area where you can only rent your car for like $30 or for $50 a day, less Turo fees, you make about $35. Don't quote me on the math, but it's not enough to cover your car payment and insurance. It's like, do I really want to be putting my car on the platform? Because you need to consider wear and tear and the mileage that they're putting on your car. Because now, if you're only making just enough to at least cover your car payment, then insurance you're still having to pay for. But if your car needs to be rented out 20 days out of the month, then you only have your car for 10 days. So that is a big factor that you need to consider as well. Turo does have a calculator that you can use to see how much your car will generate per year and how often that vehicle will be rented. The next thing you want to determine is, am I going to finance or am I going to pay cash for this vehicle? Considering that you don't have a vehicle already. So cash or finance? For me, when I started out, my first car, I started off with financing, but I didn't finance through the dealership. I had a line of credit and I used my line of credit and then paid back my line of credit on a monthly basis. So for me, it was to drive my dream car and not have payments. So I went to the dealership, I seen it right there. I was like, oh my God, I need this car. So I bought the car on the spot, gave them a check, drove it off the lot, found Turo, started renting it, and bam, I was making money right away. So I was like, yo, this is great. Why didn't I find this sooner? And having the finance, and because I did the finance, I didn't have to put the cash out right away. It was more on the expensive side for the car. If you're looking to make like extra income, then I would suggest getting something that's cash around $5,000 to $10,000 and let that car start generating revenue for you so that you can pay back yourself the money that you use for the car, and now you just be making additional income every month off of the car. Because you stuck around to the end, here is your bonus: the resale value of the vehicle. This one's a big one here. Why? Because if you decide to sell that car, if you decide to sell that car, you want to know how much that car is worth, or how much of the value it holds. Usually with the Japanese cars like Toyota, Honda, they hold their resale value pretty high. The high-end cars, Mercedes, Audis, BMWs, their resale value tends to stay up there as well. So you want to know how much the resale value of your car is. You don't want to buy something for $5,000 and then 2 years later it's worth nothing. You want to at least get something out of that car so that you can put it towards a new car as well. Resale value is very key. The cars I buy, I make sure that I'm able to flip them afterwards. I don't like buying stuff where it's very hard to sell or the resale value is very low, where it's depreciating at an accelerated rate. I like the high-end cars. They hold their value. Yes, it's a bit more to maintain, but I'm okay with that because I'm making enough money on the Turo platform to take care of my maintenance costs. If you found this video helpful, I have linked another video for you to watch on 5 things that Turo experts do that you are probably not doing.